We are devoting extended coverage tonight to the historic and still unfolding crisis in Venezuela, the most dramatic U.S. military intervention in Latin America in decades, now entering its second day as of January 4, 2026. Timeline of events so far. The operation began in the pre-dawn hours of January 3 when a series of powerful explosions rocked Caracas and key military sites, including Fuerte Tiuna, the Venezuelan Armed Forces main headquarters, and La Carlota airbase. Witnesses reported low-flying aircraft, intense anti-aircraft fire, black smoke plumes, fires at military facilities, and temporary power outages across southern Caracas. Initial reports spoke of at least 7 major blasts between approximately 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock a.m. local time. By mid-morning US time, President Donald Trump posted on Truth Social that U.S. Special Forces, working with American law enforcement agencies, had conducted a large-scale strike inside Venezuela. In his statement, the president announced the successful capture of Nicolás Maduro and his wife, former National Assembly President Cilia Flores. Trump described the mission as targeting a regime long indicted by the U.S. for narco-terrorism, referencing the standing $15 million Department of Justice reward for information leading to Maduro's arrest. He stated both individuals were removed from Venezuelan soil and are now in U.S. custody. President Trump scheduled and later held an 11 a.m. Eastern Time news conference from Mar-a-Lago where he confirmed the operation's success, praised the bravery of U.S. personnel, and displayed brief, heavily redacted video footage showing a nighttime raid and figures being led onto aircraft. Trump described the action as precise, lawful, and necessary to dismantle a criminal enterprise threatening regional security. He emphasized no U.S. casualties and minimal collateral damage. Venezuelan government response. Venezuelan authorities immediately rejected the U.S. claims. Defense Minister Vladimir Padrino Lopez, in a fiery televised address, condemned the operation as criminal imperialist aggression aimed at seizing Venezuela's oil wealth. The government declared a nationwide state of emergency, placed the armed forces and civilian militias on maximum alert, deployed tanks and heavy armor around Miraflores Palace, key ministries and infrastructure sites, and mobilized loyalist collectives for street defense. Official Venezuelan statements insist President Maduro remains in the country, in full command, and unharmed. State media continues to broadcast normally, showing archival footage of Maduro and repeating demands for immediate proof of life. Senior officials have warned of asymmetric retaliation and vowed the Bolivarian revolution will prevail. International reactions. Cuba's President Miguel Díaz-Canel delivered a blistering condemnation, calling the operation state piracy and placing Cuban forces on heightened alert while summoning regional allies for an emergency Celic Alba summit. Colombia's president called for an urgent UN Security Council meeting and urged de-escalation to protect civilians. Brazil, Mexico, and Bolivia issued strong statements against unilateral U.S. action. Venezuelan opposition figures in exile. Worldwide recognized interim president Edmundo González per 2019 to 2024 U.S. and multilateral recognition, cautiously welcomed the development while calling for calm and democratic transition. Celebrations erupted in Miami's Little Havana and other diaspora communities, with thousands gathering to wave Venezuelan and U.S. flags. Current status as of tonight: no independent verification of Maduro's exact location has emerged. U.S. officials state he is en route or already on American soil for processing under existing indictments. Venezuelan military movements remain defensive, but no widespread fighting or opposition uprising has been reported inside the country. Internet and communications in parts of Caracas remain disrupted. Oil facilities and ports are under heavy guard amid fears of further strikes. Global oil prices have spiked more than 8% on uncertainty over Venezuela's production and exports. The UN Security Council held an emergency session this afternoon but reached no consensus resolution. Diplomatic channels between Washington and regional capitals remain active behind the scenes. This remains an extraordinarily fluid and high-stakes situation with profound implications for hemispheric stability, U.S. foreign policy, and the future of Venezuela's government. We will continue monitoring every development, military, diplomatic, and humanitarian, and bring you updates as they break. Stay with us.